Hey everybody, it's Mr. Zabo. Today's lesson is going to be about point-slope form for the equation of a line. Starting out, just go ahead and make sure you remember our slope formula, because that's still m. That hasn't changed. The new thing here is my y1 and my x1, and that represents any point that's on the line. So if I give you any ordered pair, such as 5, -2, then we can state that x1 is 5 and y1 is -2. Pay attention also to the fact that these are subtractions. So if I did give you this, my x1 is 5, I would have inside my parentheses here x minus 5. But my y1 is -2, so that becomes y minus -2. But minus and negative, we're not going to write it that way. We're not going to write with double signs. We would write that as +2. So pay attention to the negatives. Okay. Keeping all of that in mind, let's take a look at a couple examples. The easiest one in this case should hopefully be slope, because slope is going to be whatever it is that we are multiplying the quantity of x minus x1 by. In this case, I'm multiplying by -1, my slope is -1. I'm multiplying by 2/3, my slope is 2/3. This case, I've multiplied by 0, and we'll see examples of this in slightly different forms, but my slope is 0. Okay. Pause the video and take 10 seconds to go ahead and rate and identify the slope for 4, 5, and 6. Okay, hopefully we've got that part done. Now let's take a look at the part that could be a little bit more challenging, and that is identifying the ordered pair that is represented in the equation. So again, it's y1 or y minus y1. Since I have minus y1 and I have a subtraction, I know my y coordinate is a positive 10. And the formula calls for minus x1. That gives me an x coordinate of positive 2. Again, looking at the formula here for number 2, y minus y1, but I have plus 5. So that must mean I have minus -5, which means my y coordinate is -5, not positive 5. It's the opposite. And then the same idea here. This becomes x minus x1. Since that is a subtraction problem, my x1 is 7. Go ahead and pause the video again and go and try to fill out the ordered pair or the point given for numbers 3, 4, 5, and 6. Alright, so go ahead and check your answers here. Pay attention specifically to, again, +3 becomes a -3 for my y coordinate. Common mistakes here are the positive-negative errors, but also switching my x and y order in the ordered pair. Since the y comes first in the formula, don't put the y first in your ordered pair. Your ordered pairs are always x comma y, or in this case x1 comma y1. So in this case I had a +3 with my x, so I should have a -3x coordinate. In number 5, they were both addition problems, so both coordinates are negative. For these next 3 problems, it's working in the reverse. I'm looking to write the formula. I gave you a slope, which we'll substitute in for m, and I gave you an ordered pair, which we'll put in for x1 and y1. So in number 7, it's recognizing that since I have the ordered pair 2, 3, my x1 is 2 and my y1 is 3. And I already have my slope, so I start with the y, the equals, and then the x in parentheses, and I start substituting in. y1 is positive 3. Since this is y minus, I subtract the 3. Don't add the 3. Okay. And it equals my slope, which was given to me as 4, times x minus x1. x1 is 2, so it does stay as a -2. Okay, let me try one more with you. I have my y and my equals, so I'm kind of set the table up here. My slope is 1/2. but this time my x1 is 0, so it doesn't matter if I add or subtract because it doesn't change a thing. And my y1 is negative 3. So instead of having minus 3, since it's a negative, minus negative 3, which is plus 3. Go ahead and press pause and try number 9. And you can check. The last problem on this page is really the same thing, except I haven't actually given you the slope. We have to calculate it. So we come over here and remember how to calculate slope. I check my rise. That's a rise of 1 and a run of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So my slope is rise over run. And then I get to choose a point, and it doesn't matter which point we choose. I have one option of negative 4, 3, but I have a second option here of 2, 4. It does not matter which point we choose, so we actually have two different equations that we could write here. Because I could use the point negative 4, 3, and if I use that point I get y minus 3, subtract my y coordinate, equals my slope 1/6 times x minus negative 4, which becomes plus 4. But I also have the opportunity to use the point 2, 4. So go ahead and press pause and see what equation would you get if we used that ordered pair. And we should get y minus 4 equals 1/6 times the quantity of x minus 2. Now they don't look the same, but these equations actually are representing the exact same thing, and later on in the notes we will represent that or see how we can prove that. For now, I'm going to end this video and pick up the next page of notes with the next video. So go ahead, go back to Classroom and open up our next video.